Our Friday reporter, Angela Chung, is in the studio. TGIF, Angela.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. All right. Well, we're going to have to start off with a little bit of some grim news. Some updates regarding the COVID-19, especially regarding the new variant Omicron. As we reported yesterday, the first cases of Omicron in Korea were reported yesterday. We've got some more updates for you.
Yes, South Korea first saw its variant Omicron confirmed cases yesterday, where 6 people in total so far who've traveled to Nigeria and those families were infected with Omicron. After the report, health authorities decided to ratchet up the level of disinfection measures for those who are going to enter South Korea. So the number of severe infection cases and new virus also surged to a record high. As of midnight last night, the number of severe infection cases amounted to 700 range, while the number of deaths increased by 47 people, bringing the cumulative total to 3,705. And the number of new virus cases surpassed 5,000 again, a mark with a 5,566 people.
This is as of midnight?
Yes.
All right, so very, very serious. The number has actually doubled in just the month that we had of living with COVID-19. Let's break down the numbers by region.
By region, almost 80% of new infection cases came from the Greater Seoul area. 2,262 people were newly infected in Seoul, and in the rest of the country, there were a total of 1,136 new cases, including 166 in Daejeon and 157 in Busan.
Can't imagine what the health authorities and the hospitals are going through. I hear they are just under so much pressure, and the workload is incredible. All right, let's get back to the Omicron cases. The first people who were infected, what happened and how did they infect more people once they got here?
Yes, so the health authorities said they confirmed a married couple in their 40s and an acquaintance were infected with the variant. They're on their way back home after traveling in Nigeria. And 2 more women also entered Korea after visiting Nigeria were confirmed with Omicron. And their son, the first couple's son, also confirmed positive. So the government decided to add Nigeria to the existing list of 8 countries that are subject to entry ban for a short stay. Considering these cases, both Koreans and foreigners must be in self-quarantine for 10 days before entering South Korea, effective from today's midnight.
Right, so that's already been in effect starting today. The only 2 countries that are exempt from this are Saipan and Singapore, according to the travel bubble. As we know, the variant Omicron is said to be about 3 times even more transmissible than the Delta, which is now the majority sort of variant here in Korea. So very, very serious situation. Now, the government is scheduled to announce some new updates to the self-quarantine measures or disinfection measures. We have some clues on what they might announce?
That's right. The government's considering applying disinfection measures that are equivalent or similar to social distance level 4, where smaller groups of private gatherings will be allowed and gatherings in entertainment facilities will be banned altogether, with fewer operation hours for multi-use facilities. Under the social distancing level 4, private gatherings of up to 4 were only allowed, and gatherings were completely banned at entertainment businesses, bars, nightclubs, hold'em pubs, and so on. But the situations might feel a little different for fully vaccinated people, as we have a vaccine pass system now, and they'll find new measures less stringent as their outdoors activities will be allowed in more places than before.
All right. So those updates are supposed to be announced at 11 a.m. later today. So stay tuned for COVID-19 updates. That'll be coming up at 11:30. Let's move on to our next item now. So, it is December. We should be in a festive mood, but because of the COVID-19, of course, we do have to be careful. But one kind of new measure that's been introduced, hopefully to get us into the mood, is the playing of carols, Christmas songs. I kind of miss when we used to be able to enjoy it in Myeongdong and all these shops. But
Right.
I do feel like I'm hearing it more playing on the radio stations. Is there kind of a reason behind this?
Yeah, so this year you might be able to hear more of those cheerful Christmas songs in the media because the South Korean government is launching the nation's first campaign to promote playing carols with the aim of giving comfort to its people who have felt weary from the COVID-19 pandemic. Under this new campaign titled In December, Take Comfort in Carols, 10 billion won budget will be put into this campaign to promote carols nationwide. South Korean broadcasting networks owned by religious groups, groundwave radio broadcasters, and music businesses that are participating in this campaign. And this campaign already began on 1st and will last until December 25th.
All right, it's an interesting idea. Who came up with this?
The idea of this campaign was proposed by Cardinal Yum Soo-jung and is organized by Religious Affairs Office of the Ministry of Culture, Sports, and Tourism.
So tell us more about what exactly they're going to do or how they're going to be playing these carols.
So radio stations will set aside a segment for carols, and music industries will provide 30,000 tickets to promote carols. They'll also ask businesses that people go to on a regular basis, such as cafes, restaurants, and large supermarkets, to play as many carols as possible. The Korea Copyright Commission will provide 22 carols for free, including A Silent Night and Joy to the World.
All right. So carols, I would think that a lot of people do enjoy them. But when you talked about the budget, the 10 billion won that will be put into this, I
Right.
imagine that could maybe upset some people or not make them too happy about this.
Right. So people are divided on this campaign. The Korean Buddhist Circle is calling for suspension in the campaign, citing it as an act of explicit preference for one particular religious group because carols originated in the Christian. And a few Koreans have a sense of resistance toward this campaign, despite the government's firm stance that the campaign is only to provide comfort to the people. A person surnamed Che said carols have now become popular music, but not everyone loves carols. And I kind of get that. I love carols, but I've seen people who just can't stand carols.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's controversial right now.
I'm already hearing, what was it, winter, 겨울 왕국 songs. They're already being
Yes.
played on the. I know it's not a carol, but it seems like a carol, so I kind of get it. All right, let's move on to our last item. Cold weather. It's now officially winter, apparently, according to the
Yes.
Korean Meteorological Association, because we are in December. Do you like winter, Angela?
I love winter, but I
Yeah.
hate cold, so it's kind
Oh,
of doesn't
okay.
make sense. What
I
about
understand.
you?
I actually like the cold.
You do?
Yeah, I think because I have a lot of sort of body heat, I kind of
Oh.
like the cold and I love the snow.
Me too.
Well, apparently it's not going to be that cold from what, today, I think, or tomorrow?
Yeah, so the cold spell will ease from the 5th, which is this Sunday, after it snows or rains today. Cold weather we've had for some time will peak out by today's afternoon, and mild weather will take the place of cold. The Korean Meteorological Administration, KMA, said there's cold air above the Korean peninsula now, and a low pressure trough of the cold air is approaching from northwest. After the snow or rain today, however, South Korea will be under the influence of milder, warmer weather, as cold air is expected to linger only until today or tomorrow.
Right. And even if we do get snow, it won't be much at all. Just want to give you some urgent news that came out apparently from next week, Monday. For 4 weeks, only a maximum of 6 people will be able to gather in Seoul and the surrounding area, and up to 8 people outside of the greater Seoul area. For more details, once again, tune in to COVID-19 updates at 11:30 a.m. All right, Angela, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Enjoy the more milder weather.
You too.
We'll see you again on Monday.
See you on Monday.